Hi guys, welcome back to Honest Straightforward Reviews. Today I'm really excited to bring to you guys a comparison between the Quiet Comfort 45, which is the latest by Bose, and the older one, which was the Quiet Comfort 35 Generation 2. This video would be in a few segments. So first I'll be unboxing both of them and looking what you get. Then I'll be looking at the case, the design and the comfort, and then I'll be looking at the noise cancellation, sound and overall, and I'll be giving you guys my opinion in the end of the video. Now before I continue, I'd like to let you guys know that I completely fund everything on this channel myself, and if you appreciate that and you want to help out, it's for free. Just subscribe and like the video. Let's get into the unboxing first. Let's start off with the Quiet Comfort 2nd generation. So looking at the box, I like the box, not too much information, it's pretty easy. It gives that Sony feel a little bit, sliding out, although the Sony slides out from the side, and you've got a bit of a flap here, and inside you got the case for the Quiet Comfort and some guide as well to tell you how to basically get it going, and that's basically it. Then you get the case, and I'll be doing that in the next segment where I'll be unboxing the case. Now let's look at the Quiet Comfort 45. Now looking at the box, they've changed it to this. I'm not too sure, although like once you've taken this out, you might want to keep it like this, and it looks quite cool as well, like this as well. All right, let's get it unboxed. So nearly the same. Okay, you've got the manual and stuff here as well, and how to start it up and something to keep it dry. Okay, let's look at the case. So basically identical in regards to the case. You've got a bit of a leather flap here, whereas you get a proper zip with this one with Bose on it. Other than that, that's basically it. You get an exterior pouch as well with the Quiet Comfort 35, whereas you don't with this, and the hook is also a little bit different with this, whereas the hook on that, I like this one. Let's look at the Quiet Comfort 35. What do you get inside? Looking at the case, you get again another pouch for all your stuff to keep in, and you get the headphones there. It also has a little flap there to tell you how to keep those headphones inside. On the other hand, you've got the Quiet Comfort 45, and with the Quiet Comfort 45 you only get the pouch inside, and you got the headphones here, and that's basically it. All right, now what do you get inside with these? So you've got obviously the USB-C to USB-A charger for the Quiet Comfort 45, and you've got again 2.5 to 3.5 headphone jack. However, with the Quiet Comfort 35 2nd generation, you get the headphone jack, and you get a USB-A to micro USB charger. All right, let's start off with the design. So the 35 I've got in black, 2nd generation, and the 45 I've got in the silver/white. So starting off, you've got the cloth leathery feel here, and the leather feels quite cheap up here, whereas with this it feels a bit more luxurious, and it's got leather underneath as well. Okay, so it doesn't get wet from all the sweating. Okay, and it feels a bit more thicker and more plush on the 45. Let's look at the cups. So you've got the cups, and they're quite soft and luxurious again. Let's look at the cups for the 35. Again, they feel a bit thin and flimsy. Now looking at the cups, they're exactly the same. So you get the inside it's got the R and the L. It's a bit harder to see on the black as it's quite dark, and they'll both fit in a slant to complement your ear. Now looking at the side of the Quiet Comfort 35 2nd generation, you can see these lines. That's with the design. Okay, whereas they've taken that out in the other one. They don't have that as much, whereas this, you can actually see it quite well if you look at it closely here. You can see those lines there into the cups, whereas this one is, they've gone for quite a smoother look over here. Now other than that, coming out, going in, a bit softer here, All right, let's look at the buttons. So as I said before, USB-C charger, 2.5 headphone jack, a customizable button here you get with the updated music app. They have different apps. Bose has done that. So this one uses the music app. It's got the volume up, down, and the pause, play button, and Siri button and whatnot, and on, off, and Bluetooth pairing button on this one. Let's look at the Quiet Comfort 35. So it's basically, the only difference is again 2.5 headphone jack, but micro USB charger. The buttons feel a bit different on this and are a tiny bit bigger as well. Still got that button which is not customizable because it's using the older app, and you've got the Bluetooth on, off, and pairing button on here. Let's talk about some of the features on these guys. So this has the Bluetooth 5.1, which is a bit more generous to your battery life, whereas this has the Bluetooth 4.2 version. Both of them wouldn't be getting the extra low battery usage that is going to be coming out soon, because for that you need Bluetooth 5.2. So this has got Bluetooth 5.1. However, they do both get the multi-point connection where you can connect it to two devices simultaneously and just jump between them. Also with the Bose Connect app, which is the older one, which this one connects to, this connects to the Bose Music app. So the Bose Connect app simultaneously lets the Bose headphones set a auto timer, which turns it off. Now, the Bose Music app also has this timer as well for a standby. Okay, so this goes into standby, this gets turned off completely from what I understand. Now, you can't disable noise cancellation or aware mode. So the transparency mode or ambient noise mode or whatever the headphones call it, these guys call it aware mode, where there's letting the sound in from everywhere so you can be aware of your surrounding. You can't turn them both off and save your battery. It's either or. Okay, so through that side button, the customizable button that you press, it turns them all on or off. Regarding the app, it's quite useless, the Bose app. It doesn't offer much other than firmware upgrades and a few other things. It doesn't offer the plethora of features that you get, for example, something with like the Sony that offers. Now, going on to noise cancellation, I do feel that the noise cancellation on the 45 is a tiny bit better. Okay, it does a better job than the 35, which is not bad either. Comfort wise, they're both pretty much the same. I found them very, very comfortable, and the passive noise cancellation is quite good as well. When we come to sound, I feel like the 45 has gone a bit backwards, because the 35 second generation has a very friendly, user-friendly frequency, okay, whereas the 45 has a boost to tremble, which is really, really good if you're listening to high speech and things like that. So podcasts and things like that, you can listen to it very good. Not that this does it any worse, you know, this is really good as well. You can enjoy it. However, when you're listening to music, if you're listening to some punk or pop music and things like that, you can't really enjoy them. On these, they do get really muddied up. I didn't like them, and they don't offer an EQ, so you can't really play around with it and make sure that you've got the right balance for you guys. Now, having said that, most smartphones have EQ in there to be able to play around with it. I know iPhones do, but they're very limited to the music app, and they have presets. You can't actually play around with each one like the Sony app does. When we go onto the microphone, they're exactly the same. So answering phone calls, they're exactly the same. They're really, really good. They cancel out all the background noise and things like that, and they really focus on your voice, and the other person can really appreciate it and listen to you. Now, regarding Bluetooth codecs, they both support SBC and AAC. However, as you guys might know from my previous videos, or you might know before, ACC is a bit inconsistent when it comes to Android users, but it doesn't have anything else other than that to offer to you guys. Regarding battery, the QC45 has done improvements. It goes up to 24 hours a day usage, whereas this did 20, and a 15-minute charge gives 180 minutes to this, whereas 150 minutes to that. So not much of a difference there, but it can be noticeable. Let's get to my conclusion. So the 45, they've done a good job in regards to keeping everything that worked on the older generation onto this one and improving the noise cancellation, but by giving it that boost and not having an EQ and giving that the boost of tremble, they've really, I think for myself, they've mucked it up for me. I would stick with my 35 second generation. They sound a lot better. They have a very neutral frequency for most music, and you can really enjoy it, whereas this has that bump on the high end towards the left, so that really doesn't, that was a deal breaker for me. You're getting these really expensive headphones. They don't do much in regards to the app. They don't offer much in regards to sound. They are comfortable, but the older generation is, you would be able to get these now at a cheaper rate than these. I'd get them any days. In regards to everything else, they weigh the same. You get everything else except for USB-C charging, but micro USB is everywhere as well. Alright guys, let me know in the comments which one would you go for between these two and why. And thank you so much for watching to the end. Take good care. Bye bye.